But yeah, let's do this in a different way then. So right now what we're going to do here is on the character. Yeah, so if you open up the character here, we're going to go to class settings. We're going to go to where it says implemented interfaces. We're just going to add the BPI inventory interaction, right? We're going to compile and save that for now. And what we're going to actually do here is in here where it says interfaces, if you see here, I have another interface. It's called actor has inventory. So the idea with this is you can add this interface to any actor, and then as long as we do the logic say yes or no, it has, it doesn't have, we can actually use that over and over. Right, so I'm gonna right click on this. I'm gonna convert to, I think I'm just gonna press here, implement. Oh yeah, it's already implemented. Just double click on that. Nice. So in here, we're basically going to return true or false, yeah. But right now, we need to basically tell the engine that, oh, how do I know if the actor has this inventory, right? The way you do this is basically you get a controller reference. Remember that we create that controller reference earlier in here, yeah. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get inventory actor here, right? We know that this exists because we kind of have defined that properly. And what we're going to do here is we're just going to do something very simple. It's called is valid, right? And this node basically tells if their class is valid. It should always be valid, but at this point, we just going to make sure that we check the class as well. And the actor reference is going to be self, right? Nice. Cool. Compile and save. There we go. So you got the actor reference. Right. So now we're going to go back to the base item here, right? And now remember the actor that we're accessing is the RPG character. Yeah. So the character will have all the necessary pieces to tell us that we can actually have the inventory. So if you go back to the base item here, the way we access this is just by calling the name I actor has inventory, whatever. So I'm just going to call this I actor has inventory item, right? And for now, what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to copy this over here. I am just going to do a print here for now. Print string here, and basically here, just so we can see how this is actually happening. I'm just going to change the color this to purple, to this purple here, and then just save. There you go. So what's going to happen now is going to tell, yeah, true, true, false, true, yeah. So it's always true. That's good because we always want to be true. You always want to make sure that the player has the inventory action. Otherwise, it won't actually make any sense for us to interact with that, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to the event graph here. Remember that we create this player interaction thing here. So now we're just going to have to reconnect those nodes in there. So what we're going to do here is BPI interaction interface class. So we just need, this is an actor reference. We just need to call the same thing is I inventory inventory start interaction. So it's sending a message, right? Just stop here. And this is going to be self. The reason why we cannot just plug here, I'm just going to show you here. The reason why we cannot just plug this straight away is because this is is not a message, is a different thing. There's also another thing here, guys, I forgot to do, is we just do a branching here, which is basically a if statement saying, oh, if it's true, do that. If it's not, it doesn't do anything. And the reason why we're doing this, the reason why we're not making this in a simple way is just because you may have, I don't know, other NPCs walking around, so you don't want to actually trigger this class if you don't have to. Yeah, so it's just a way to keep save memory as well. inventory, stop interaction. Yeah. So this one here is going to be inventory start interaction. Yeah. And then the actor reference is whatever is coming out of this class. Remember, we define this on the interface, which is being called on the character here. Yeah. That's where you're passing that information through. I know, confusing a little bit, but in this way you save, is a nice way to have performance in the engine, so you don't have to be doing casting. Because the other way as well you could actually do this, I'm just gonna do it here quickly. It's just you could do a cast to BP RPG demo character from here straight away. And then from that cast, what you could do is get controller. Get controller, get player controller reference. And then what you do is you get inventory. And then what you can actually do here is you do a branch. You do that. You make sure it's valid. Valid. Coming here, and then actually that would do the whole process of doing such thing. But it's not a very good way to do that, because that is just a way to make things in a different way. I just noticed that there is an error with this logic. I just need to show you guys what I mean here, which is basically on the inventory here, right? Find references, sorry, edit here. Let me just find the inventory here. Player, character, here. Main, blueprints, components, inventory, right. We go, it's just a simple error that we have to address, which is basically this won't work on our character, because we need to get a reference of we need to get the inventory reference. Yeah, so right now if you go back here to the item here, we are getting the actor reference, but the actor reference is the player. So the player we don't know how to, like, we don't have the reference of the inventory straight away. So we actually have to pass that in here so we can use it in there. So it's a very simple thing. We just need to change a couple of things here, and I'll show you how to do this. Right. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to compile and save this again. We're going to open up our inventory interactor, our interface here. In here, we're going to call this inventory ref, inventory reference, or doesn't matter. And instead of being actor, this is going to be the type of the inventory reference, which is just called bc-inventory, right? And this is going to be an object class. Okay, compile and save. Nice. Now, if you go back here to our player controller, it's going to disconnect that. What we're going to do here, if you go back to the player here, I'm just going to show you where I am. To the player there. We're going to get a controller there. Get. We're going to get inventory. And we're going to pass this inventory straight here. Right? So compile and save. Right now, if you go back to the item, we have the inventory reference. If this for some reason still has the old name, what you have to do is just right click, and then you have something called refresh nodes that will refresh that for you. And then I'm just going to plug this guy here. Okay, and that should start to work exactly the way it was before. So the way you can actually test this for now is go ahead in here on the character here, open up your character. So open up the wrong window. It's going to go back to the event class. Remember, this is where we actually have our interaction and everything. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to get the player. I'm going to get the inventory reference. And then I am going to plug this guy here. For now, I just want to see if that count is going up and is going down. So if I come here, up, down, up, down. Now what we can actually do here is the way we actually interact the same way. Just plug it in there. Here, let's just make this a little bit tidy. let me just add another node here. Just double click on the line, plug it in there. Let me just unplug this here. Just making it a bit tidy so we don't get lost what we're actually doing, because it's always nice to just go here, comment, and do things right now. So right now it should work the way it was before. Right. So I know this we took a long time just to make this pretty much work the way it was before, but the reason why is just I wanted to make it work inside the controller, because right now we also have access on the player of the controller, and on the controller we have also access to the player. I know I was gonna start to do the UI in this part, but I think it's nice just to make this quick adjustment. So in the next video we can actually start to display, for example, which item you get, and like when you get the item, I just want to make a little window pop up on the corner here, so it just shows, oh, you got the item, blah, and please do this and things like this. So in the next one we're gonna finally start to the UI. So yeah, if you guys once again just got lost in this video, just go back, rewatch. This is really important to set up on the controller, because once again it will be a nice way for us to do some logic in here and have access to the player and have access to the controller at the same time. I could just go and do everything in one place, but I think it's nice to get near to what a possible real scenario would be. If you're actually creating a game for real, that will be the way you do it. You handle everything, every item in here, and you probably just would handle interactions in there. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I see you on the next one.